All right, in this lesson, we're going to be converting from rectangular coordinates to polar coordinates. So if we've got some point in space, we define that point in rectangular coordinates as some distance x to the right or to the left, and then some distance y up or down. And in polar coordinates, we define that point as some distance from the center and some angle up from this polar axis. So we've got this triangle here that we can use to try to figure out how to convert between the two. So now we're converting from rectangular coordinates to polar coordinates, meaning that we know x and y, and we're trying to find r and theta. So first of all, let's try to figure out r. Well, if we know x and y, and this is a right triangle, then to find r, we use the Pythagorean theorem. R squared is going to be equal to x squared plus y squared. And which means that r is going to be equal to the square root of x squared plus y squared. We just took our Pythagorean theorem and then we took the square root of both sides to find what r is. So that's our formula that we're going to use to convert from x and y to find r. Now let's find theta. Well, here, if we're trying to find theta and we know x and y, x is the adjacent side, y is the opposite side. So we can use tangent. So we know that the tangent of that angle is equal to the length of its opposite side, y, divided by the length of its adjacent side, x. And then to get theta by itself, let's take the inverse tangent of both sides. We get that theta is equal to the inverse tangent of y over x. And that's our formula to find theta. So now let's use these formulas to do our example problem. So our example problem was we want to convert the point 1, negative square root of 3 from rectangular coordinates to polar coordinates. So x is 1, y is negative square root of 3. So r is going to be equal to the square root of x squared plus y squared. So 1 squared is just 1. And negative square root of 3 times negative square root of 3 is going to be positive 3. And so this is equal to the square root of 4, which is 2. All right, for theta, we want the inverse tangent of y over x. So negative square root of 3 over 1. Well, negative square root of 3 over 1 is just negative square root of 3. And if we look on our unit circle and figure out where is tangent equal to, at what angle is tangent equal to negative square root of 3? Well, there's a couple places. At 2 pi over 3 and at 5 pi over 3. So so which one of those is it? Well, let's look at our point in rectangular coordinates here. We're going out 1 and down negative square root of 3. So we know that our point is somewhere down here in quadrant 4. So we're going to choose the one that is in quadrant 4 and reject the one that's up here in quadrant 2. So our theta is equal to 5 pi over 3. So our point, this point in rectangular coordinates, or sorry, in polar coordinates, would be 2 5 pi over 3. And that's our answer.